Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Crazy Monkey here. I'm just getting a spot to stand. Kind of uneven ground. Alright, I got a spot that I can stand on. Alright, so as you can see, it's late March. We're almost April. Just a few more days in March. Skiing's pretty much over with because it's getting really warm. It's like 50 degrees out right now, so skiing is pretty much over. So hiking season will be beginning soon, and I look forward to going on a lot of hikes this summer. And what I'm going to talk about right now is I've been talking about socialism a lot on my blog, and I want to talk about how San Francisco, Seattle, these left-wing tech cities are just turning into just terrible, horrible places to live. You got homeless people on the streets. I mean, the streets are just filthy, smelling like urine, drug needles. I mean, they're just turning into horrible, unlivable cities. San Francisco, Seattle. Housing costs are astronomical, caused by zone restrictions and the filthy rich techies and all the tech money going in. And what I want to talk about is how all you poor people, not all the poor people, but the majority of the poor people and the middle class and the working class in cities like San Francisco and Seattle, you're all being lied to by the politicians, by the techies. You're being lied to. They tell you to vote for socialists. They tell you to vote for more rent control. They tell you to vote for more big government, and that's going to help you. And in reality, it's all a scam. It's all a scam to make you a slave. Think about these tech companies, these ride-sharing apps, where you ride your car for these ride-sharing apps. You drive these yuppies and these techies to their destinations, and other people too. You drive middle-class and working-class people around too, but predominantly it's like yuppies and techies you're driving around. And when you figure your car expenses in these ride-sharing apps, and they've done studies on this on the internet, these drivers make like $5 an hour, $6, $7 an hour after expenses. And it's really horrible too, because most of those jobs, those ride-sharing jobs, it's mostly like cities like San Francisco, Manhattan, LA, Seattle. Those are the places where you have the most of those drivers. You don't see very many of those drivers like in a small town of like 5,000 people. You don't see many of those drivers like in the cheaper parts of America. They're pretty much in like these ultra expensive cities. That's where those services are the most predominant, in those ultra expensive Manhattan, New York, San Francisco, Seattle, LA type cities. And these drivers are making like $5, $6, $7 an hour after they pay all their expenses, the car bills, the gasoline, the insurance. They pay for the car. After they pay everything, they're making like just horribly low wages. And you see, that's the whole techie system. That's the whole gig economy system. You're going to be a gig worker, you're going to be making like $6, $7 an hour after tax. They can get away with that because you're an independent contractor. That's how they can get away with not paying you minimum wage, because you're an independent contractor. That's how they get away with it. And then you become this like ultra low wage slave. You can't survive. And then these like liberal politicians tell you to like vote for rent control or something. Like that's going to help you. And then you just stay on the renter slave plantation for life. You just stay in your rent controlled apartment for life, and you never get ahead. You never build home equity. You never buy a house, you never build equity, you never become middle class, you just stay poor forever. And that's their system, to keep you on their leftist Democrat Party slave plantation, keep you on their renter for life slave plantation. It's just a really sick, evil system. And then at the top, you'll see these,